Hi, so this is a video on how to train your horse on Sport of Kings. So this is a yearling, it's 1 year old, and before you start training there's lots of things that you can find out about this horse. One of the things you can see there, it's got a grey sort of heart. That's not a good sign because the heart represents a willingness to compete, so a full red heart is the best start. Now, one of the things you can check is the growth. You can't see overall maturity, but you can see how much growth it has on each going. Now, horses tend to prefer either dirt or turf. The fact that it has a lot of growth on fast and good suggests that it will prefer dirt. But there are some exceptions. There are some horses that do equally well on dirt and turf, and sometimes it's worth checking them both out. Right, so the next thing you can find out is this is the sire of the horse. Now if you click on that, you'll find some more information. What it does, it tells you how his progeny have run and how they performed. Now you can see from here there's a massive difference in the amount of dirt and turf. Anything that horse produces is almost certainly always going to be a dirt horse, but you can see it's very similar on the trips, so it could be a sprint, it could be a classic. So now to the actual training process. We use either of the dirt, and we'll start with a mile. One run, farm workout, train. We see the time that the horse ran the mile in. We train again. When you first buy a horse, on the first day you're allowed 10 training runs. After that you'll only be 2 every day, so you need to get these 10 training runs done first day. So now we try it with the blinkers, same conditions, 1 run. Now train again. If the horse improved for the blinkers, it probably wants it. You can see it's improved by ½ a second. That's a good indication it wants the blinkers. Now some people will then keep the blinkers on and add the tongue tie and train again. That's not how I do it. I prefer to remove the blinkers and train it just individually with the tongue tie, so we'll do that now, still keeping the same conditions. Now it's improved a lot, we can see there for the tongue tie. That's a definite, it wants the tongue tie. That's, wow, 2½ seconds, a massive improvement. So again, remove the tongue tie, put the earmuffs on, train again, same conditions, and let's have a look at the training run for that. Now there's not much difference between the naked run and the earmuffs, and that's very typical. There's always a very small difference, so we don't know really if it wants the earmuffs or not. Because it's lower than that time, it probably does, but we need to check. So what we'll do is we'll go to equipment, master trainer advice, and ask them about the earmuffs. Check that and he'll tell you. Acts very erratic while wearing earmuffs, so he definitely does not want earmuffs, but we do know that almost certainly wants blinkers and definitely wants tongue tie, so we'll take that as the settings and go back to the horse. Let's get back to training. Now got the 2 ads that he wants. We can do now is a public work and keep the same conditions, 1 mile fast and train 3%. Now, that's the stamina left after the workout. Now that tells you straight away this horse does not stay 1 mile. Does not stay a mile. It's therefore a sprinter. So we can disregard classic, disregard stay up, disregard turf, and save. The horse is 100% of sprinter. Right, what we can do now is train under the horse preference. It's been set to these trips and horse preference these go-ins. You can do as many as you can do, all four in one go. It'll give a good indication now. So just press on train, and there we are, done. Now that you've got all that trained, you can go to training and view the horse's records. Now, obviously we know that it doesn't stay a mile, so we'd never bother training it a mile or running it a mile. Now, these are interesting. This tells you what how your horse rates against the rest of the horses on the site. So it's the top 25% globally is a Blue Star. Then you've got top 50% and Green Star, I think it's top 10%, something like that. So ideally you want to see some green, but blue is a fair, decent start. And basically that's it. That's how you train a horse. So this is the result of a second public work done over 7 furlong. You're allowed 2 public works. You can see the stamina is 13%, and that's good. As long as it's over 10 or above, that's exactly what you'd need. And it means it does stay the full 7 furlongs, because a lot of sprinters, they will only stay 5 and 6 furlongs. It's quite rare to get a sprinter that stays 7 furlongs as well.